up? What's up? What's up? What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This your girl, Coach Classy Sassy. And why should you listen to me? I'm a veteran. I'm a college grad. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm just on fire. And they said, what is your purpose? Why are you here? What is your reason to be on this earth? And I also said, I'm Coach Classy Sassy. I help you detour from dumb decisions. Because I'm human. I made a lot of mistakes. And I'm here to say I don't want you to make the same mistakes I did. Because we got to each one teach one. Each one person teach another person something so we can go to the next level. And today's topic from tonight's conversation is a really good podcast. What they talked about is trying enough. It's them getting effort and energy and love and giving attempts enough. Let's get into it. Let's start with the word interdependence, which is my favorite word. If you've been on my channel, I told you about this, but I'm going to break it down again a little bit savvy. So it's independence, being strong enough to be on your own 2 feet and handle your business and secure the bag mentally, physically, emotionally, sexually, socially, spiritually, financially, economically, all that. Being able to hold it down. Not being perfect, but being good. They said that 80-20 rule. 80% you got, that's the standard. But 20%, only Jesus got the 20%. So no one's perfect except for Jesus. And keeping on going with that, you're independent. And you're dependent because you can work on a team. You can be a good person. You call, you receive. You're emotionally stable. You're physically stable. Where you're not just doing it on your own. And you can help that other person. And with that other person, when they have flaws and deficiencies, you got it. You can help them. Because you're independent, but you're giving them someone to lean on without codependency. Which is, if that person's not there, you're not okay. Like, for instance, if they call and check up on a person, that's good to have those dopamine rushes and them good sensory symbols where you're actually saying, I like when this person called me, it made me feel good. But if they don't call you and you feel like having a bad day, or you feel like you're stressed, or you get upset that they didn't call you, that's a whole different thing. Do you need them or do you want them? You want a person to want you but not need you. Or they want you and desire to be with you, to have you as a person. But if you're not there, they will still be okay. Keep going. Checking in is okay, but depending on the person checking, it's codependency, like we just said. We don't want that person to need you to the point where if they don't have you, they cannot live, they cannot breathe, they cannot function, they don't know what to do next. Like, it's trying enough. Let's keep going. Potential. Some people fall in love with potential and then with a project. Like they say, Bob the Builder type. Beep. We ain't gonna say no names like that because my mom watching. You know, you gotta keep it kind of somewhat G-teen-ish rated. So, Bob the Builder type, where you feel like you gotta build a person up from scratch, where you're doing the resume, where you're getting them a job, whether you're motivating them to the point where they need you. It's trying enough. It's them actually getting help or them being enabled. Like, you can empower them and give them the tools to succeed, but if you have to do it for them and you're just handing them tools and they're just grabbing stuff, but they're not using the tools, that's enabling, where they need you. Like I said, it's good to be wanted, but not needed. Because if you're needed to the point where if they're not there, nothing happens. We figured out what happened. Like, for instance, they gave the example of teaching a person to read dog. Some of them are dogs, and they'll take what you taught them how to read and read poetry to the next female and finesse her with the stuff that you gave her. So you have to be careful and mindful of that. Are you building it for you, for us, for the team? Are you building it for them, Shim, him, them, him, all those other people over there? For me, polygamy is not the way to go. I am out with polygamy. That is done. That lifestyle is over. I was scared into the lifestyle. I was taken advantage of. And then they said, if you don't do this, we're going to do this. I'm not going to do that anymore. Like, I'm not going to let that control my life anymore. Like, just know, if you can't be with me and only me, and I'm not good enough, I prefer you be on with someone else. Even though it may take a long time for me to find that right person who's faithful, loyal, committed, interdependent, I'd rather put in the work. Because I'm not going to be with someone who want to play games, play around, do them, say they single, but still hunching, situationships. It is what it is. We ain't going to put no labels. So one of the first questions I asked a guy off the bat, are you a go with the flow type guy? Or are you the type to put on labels? And they be like, what do you mean? And I be quiet. Because some of them screaming themselves out. What's she trying to say? Are you looking for a girlfriend? Are you looking for a wife? Are you looking for a mistress, a lover, a friend? And what category do you put a person in? How quickly does it take for you to go from, oh, we're cool, to, okay, we're a little bit more progressed, a little bit further. We're not just friends, or are you the friends that just, oh, we're just cool, we're just kicking it, we're just seeing what's going on? Are you the friends that touch privates? What type of friend are you? So we're going to have to do a part 2 and 3 of this, because this is good. Okay, single. Some people want to be single in relationships. And they say, oh, I'm single. Some of them are married, but separated. Even though Florida do not recognize separation, but they're single. Some men are divorced and they never want to get in a relationship, but they want the benefits of a relationship, so they're single. Some men, you can call them and pop up and give a, hey, what's up text, but they're not with you, but they're just checking what you do. I'm just checking up on you. Single. That is, for me, that's attached. Because whether it's a wife, whether it's a girlfriend, whether it's a lover, whether it's a mistress, whether it's a friend, you're attached. So now I have to ask the question, are you single, unattached, and searching? Because some of them single and unattached, but they ain't looking for nothing. They ain't trying to find nothing. They ain't trying to get nothing. They ain't trying to go to the next level. They're not trying to see what's good and what's bad and where you going. You might be thinking marriage, but they might be thinking, what's up with the bed tonight? Because all I'm thinking about is getting them drugs. You might thinking, I might want them drugs, but I still want a husband on the way of giving them drugs away. So you have to be careful. You got to be mindful. You got to be smart. You got to ask the right questions. Because if you don't, you might get left in the dark. And for me, within, I would say 3 days, I can see, is this husband material? They'll be like, well, they got an imposter. They got a front that's showing. But you can tell if a car is driving towards the way in which you want to go. You can ask the person where they're trying to park the car once you get there. And their location, your end destination, determines how you get there. It's just like saying, I want to go to Europe. I know I'm not driving to Europe. I can't drive to Europe. I can fly. I can take a boat, a cruise ship. And it changes your trajectory of what you do and how you do it, because how you're going, where you're trying to go. Are you trying to be lovers, friends with benefits, platonic friends? And it's hard for some people to be platonic. Platonic means non-sexual. That means you ain't getting enough. For me, it's been 7 months since I had anything like touch, lick, anything. And before that, it was another 7 months. So in 14 months, it's been twice. And for me, that's good because, I'm used to being married. I'm used to getting it when I, get the urge. But with that being said, you have to ask yourself, is trying enough? Is it just good enough to say, I attempted to do something? Or are you really doing something? Alright, get ready for part 2 because this is good. Because, baby, it's trying enough. I tried, baby. I love you. I want to be with you for the rest of my life, girl. Or boy. Because you got women who want meals to be paid for, but they ain't got no intentions on taking you out to the next level. They want sex, but they don't have no intention on making you a husband or a wife. You never know. But you got to ask the right questions, and I detour you from dumb decisions. I help you become informed and make informed decisions. Because as a certified life coach, as a veteran, as a college grad, as an entrepreneur, as a person who's been married and divorced, I've made mistakes. And it's up to us, me, you, and all of us, to come together with the information that we have to make smarter decisions. Because I remember saying, one nation, under God, and I used to couldn't barely say indivisible. That means non-divided, not broken up, not weakened, not threatened, not smaller. We need to come back as a unity of a nation, not being divided at all, even though we embrace diversity. I'm a woman, I'm a black, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm disabled. I'm all of that, but I'm still one nation under God. So with that being said, is trying enough? Is it really? Let's get into it.